When I was a freshman, I decided that I would go to a spiritual life group. I didn't really know anybody, I didn't talk to anybody, and then I was walking out and I remember very clearly, soon to be my discipleship leader, ran up to me, like literally ran, and he said, "Hey, my name is Scott. I want to get to know you better, and I want to see if you want to be in my discipleship group so that we can learn more about what it means to follow God." Through that relationship and through other relationships I've had, I was able to learn different tools for how to share the gospel very clearly in illustrative ways, and this was super helpful for all parts of my life.
My involvement in spiritual life at CBU has really impacted me in several different ways. It's kind of hard to narrow it down, to be honest, because I feel like these last 4 years I've just grown so much. One word I didn't really know the definition to was the word discipleship until I came to CBU. And I'd heard that word tossed around. I did grow up in a Christian home and was in youth group and all that good stuff. But coming to CBU and being involved in spiritual life, I started coming to different events where they would talk more about what that meant and what it really meant to actually follow Jesus in every area of your life, and even seeking out mentors to kind of help you along the way. So I really learned that's really essentially what discipleship is. And so that was super formational and impactful for my walk with Christ.
Right now I work in mobilization, which is in the spiritual life office. And the whole goal of mobilization is to send teams out to places around the world where they can do ministry and they can do service projects. That has been a huge influence in my life. My advice to you is that you would be connected with people that want to follow Jesus and to make his name known in all the earth. Part of that would be joining with the campus ministry here, which is part of spiritual life. Get involved with discipleship groups to learn more about what that looks like. And one of the scariest things I did at CBU was to start a discipleship group of my own.
So for me, a big part of this last year, even being in spiritual life, has been learning what it looks like to be a global Christian. So basically, we have opportunities to encourage people here, students on campus, being a community with one another, even sharing with people who don't know Jesus. However, there's this whole other aspect that I'm learning about that involves people all over the world and even God's church around the world and what that really looks like. And so I've had opportunities to just be really intentional in prayer for people who don't know Jesus and don't have access to him. Also, am even praying through myself, potentially spending some or all of my life overseas as a missionary. And so really wrestling with questions like that, even just for my future, that I probably never would have thought of if it weren't for being involved in spiritual life and having people come alongside me to teach me life skills, but also, again, these important aspects of just kind of wrestling with my future and what might be next for me in obedience to God. So.